Madam Chair, we live.
Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the Baldwin Park Planning Commission. The date is February 28th, 2024, and it is 7:03 p.m. Commissioner Rodriguez, would you please lead us in the flag salute?
Yes, everyone stand. Ready? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty for all.
Thank you for that. Planning Secretary, can you please call roll?
Thank you. Chair Escobosa.
Here.
Vice Chair Peña.
Present.
Commissioner Maciel.
Here.
Commissioner Rodriguez.
Here.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Present.
Thank you. I will now declare oral communications open. Anyone wishing to address the commission on anything other than agenda items may do so now. All right, seeing no further interest, I will now declare oral communications closed. We will move forward to the consent calendar. The lone item on this calendar is the minute meetings from the previous planning commission. Would any commissioner like to pull any items up for discussion?
I'd like to make a change to the minutes. If we could please correct the adjournment. It says moved by Commissioner Rodriguez, but he was out that day.
Thank you. We will watch the video and we'll correct that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no further discussion, do I have a motion to approve the meetings of February 14th, 2024 with the correction as noted by Commissioner Maciel?
I'll motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Thank you. And we will now move forward to our agenda. The first case on the agenda is TPM 83916 and PR 2234. This is a request approval of a tentative parcel map to subdivide one 38,800 square foot parcel into four parcels within the R1 single family residential zone pursuant to table 153 in the city's municipal code, and for architectural design review for the three new primary dwellings and one existing dwelling at 3432 Baldwin Park Boulevard. Can I please get a report from staff?
Thank you. This evening, our presentation will be given by Associate Planner Melissa Chipres.
Good evening, Honorable Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the Commission. Next slide, please. Before you is tentative parcel map application TPM 83916. The applicant Winnie Tang is requesting approval to subdivide a 38,800 square foot parcel into four parcels located at 3432 Baldwin Park Boulevard. Next slide, please. The subject property's general land use designation of single-family residential is consistent with the property's single-family residential R1 zoning designation. Slide, please. The subject property has a lot area of approximately 38,800 square feet. The property is relatively flat and rectangular in shape and fronts both Baldwin Park Boulevard and Main Avenue. The project area is currently equipped with one single-family dwelling that will be maintained as a part of the proposed development. Next slide, please. The 38,800 square foot parcel will be subdivided into 4 separate single-family parcels. Again, parcel 1 and 4 will front Baldwin Park Boulevard, and parcels 2 and 3 will front Main Avenue. The tentative parcel map has been reviewed by planning, public works staff, and LA County Fire for compliance. And staff has confirmed that each newly created parcel is compliant with all minimum development standards per the Baldwin Park Municipal Code, including lot size, lot depth and width, lot coverage, open space, landscape, and setback requirements. Next slide, please. Here we have part 1 of the tentative parcel map. So here we see parcel 1 and parcel 4. Next slide, please. And continued, we have parcel 2 and parcel 3. Next slide, please. As a part of this subdivision, parcels 1 and 3. As a part of this subdivision, 3 single-family homes will be proposed. On parcels 1 through 3, will consist of 1 2,816 square foot primary 2-story residential dwelling with an attached 701 square foot 3-car garage, both fronting Baldwin Park Boulevard and Main Avenue. All proposed primary units will maintain the same floor plan, including a kitchen, living room, dining area, family area, and 3 bedrooms on the first floor. Next slide, please. And on the second floor of all the primary units, there will be 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Next slide, please. Here we have elevations for parcels 1 and 3. The project proposes 7 new units on 4 properties, all which will have a traditional ranch-style architectural design, which will be consistent with the existing main house to remain. Architectural features include a gable-style roof with laminate architectural roofing shingles, varying wall projections, stucco exterior, brick and stone veneer, shuttered windows of varying shapes, wood front entry doors, and decorative iron accents, and a decorative front porch entryway. The upper floors of the new house will be set back from the ground floors, which graduate the massing of each structure. Next slide, please. Here we have the materials that will be used for parcels 1 and 3. These parcels will elect to have lightened sienna and earth-toned colors and materials. Next slide, please. Similar to parcels 1 and 3, this is the primary dwelling for parcel 2. Same architectural design. Next slide, please. The only difference with parcel 2 is that they have chosen to integrate light gray and white toned colors as a part of their design. Next slide, please. As noted, the existing primary unit on parcel 4 will remain. No additional living area will be added, but it will undergo minor tenant improvements to enhance the interior of the existing dwelling. The applicant will also build an attached 2-car garage for the existing primary that will match the existing style of the primary home. Next slide, please. And here we have the elevations for that proposed garage to be attached to the existing primary. Next slide, please. Along with the 3 primary homes, the applicant is also proposing 4 new detached ADUs. Each ADU will range between 1,190 square feet and 1,197 square feet in size, and they will all have 1 attached garage. The ADUs on these parcels are mentioned only for reference, and they will be processed under a separate permit subsequent to the approval of this project, as they are not subject to a discretionary review in this public hearing. Next slide, please. And to match the primary homes on each parcel, the ADUs have been designed to match the colors, materials, and architecture of the primary home. So here we have the elevations and materials for parcels 1 and 3. Next slide, please. And for parcel 2, we'll also match that primary home. Next slide, please. And the ADU for parcel 4 will match the existing craftsman style home that's existing on the parcel now. Next slide, please. A notice of public hearing was published in the local newspaper on February 15th, 2024. Additional public notices were also mailed to the property owners and occupants that live within 300 feet of the project site on the same date. To date, staff has not received any correspondence from the public regarding this item. In regard to the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, the project is categorically exempt from further environmental review as it falls under the category of projects noted in Article 19, Section 15315, minor land divisions of the CEQA guidelines. Therefore, no further environmental analysis is required, and a notice of exemption will be filed with the LA County Recorder's Office. Next slide, please. So to conclude, staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve Resolution PC 23-20, approving tentative parcel map 83916. Both planning staff and the project architect and engineer are present for any questions or comments regarding the project. Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. Are there any questions of staff by the commission?
Yes, I have a few questions. I know for table number 2, under development standards, I just wanted to clarify for the lot area minimum. I know it says that code requires 5,000 square feet, if I'm correct. But then for the proposed parcels, it exceeds that minimum lot required. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, so any newly created lots, the minimum size that they have to be is 5,000. So if it was 4,500, it wouldn't meet the minimum. So anything over 5,000 would comply with the code requirement. So
comply.
each parcel is around 9,000 square feet. So they're meeting the minimum.
Okay. Thank you. And then, so this proposed, or where the project is, it's considered a single family residential, even though that the applicant is proposing to split it into 4 parcels.
Correct, yes. So the zoning would still be single family residential, and with the subdivision, they're just creating new single family residential lots. So each lot would be independent after this subdivision.
Okay. And then, let's see. I also had a question about the entrance and exit, because on the map, is it just one entrance through Baldwin Park Boulevard, or will there also be an entrance and exit through Main Avenue?
Oh, okay. Yes, so that's actually one of the requirements when proposing a subdivision. Each newly created lot does have to have its own primary access way off of a street. So it has to have its own primary street frontage. So the parcels off Baldwin Park Boulevard will only be accessed off Baldwin Park. And then same for the Main Avenue, they would only have access off Main Avenue now.
Okay. And then, let's see. And that's the questions I have for now. Thank you.
I have a really quick clarifying question for myself. As we were describing what the units would look like, did I hear correct that the first floor would have 3 bedrooms and the second floor would have 4?
Other way, first floor would have 4, second would have 3.
So each unit's gonna have 7 bedrooms?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure my math was adding up. Thank you.
Just to piggyback on that, I know that each parcel has a 3-car garage. Is there going to be any negative impact with street parking? Because if there's going to be 7 bedrooms, I don't know typically how many cars people have in a household, but I would say maybe 4 to 5. So then if they have a 3-car garage, that's still 2 other cars for each, for each house. And so how would that impact the neighborhood when it comes to street parking? Because in living in that area, there's already a lot of there's not enough space for parking as it is.
So in our base zoning code, they are meeting the minimum requirements. So we do have a bedroom to parking ratio. So if your house is 5 bedrooms or more, you're required a 3-car garage, which the applicant is proposing. And on top of that, not required whatsoever, but the applicant is also providing parking for the ADUs. So that's 4 garage parking total on each property.
Thank you.
All right, if there are no further questions to staff, I can go ahead and open public hearing.
So there's a new step we're going to add to this process effective today, and it's just standard in a lot of planning commissions, which is the disclosure of ex-party communications, which is just the disclosure of any third-party communications that you have, that any commissioner has had. So if you've had any communications that are not reflected in our record today, anything that's not on the staff report, or that you're of somebody here present in the public, then we could start with Commissioner Rodriguez and make our way down. You could either say no communication, or you can let the public and the record reflect any communications you've had.
No communications.
No communication.
No communication.
No communication.
So if there's any information that you've gathered outside of this meeting, or if you've spoken to anybody that's not in the public today. So for example, if you went and you visited the site, or if you went around the site, or if you talked to an applicant or somebody who opposes this outside of this, you would disclose that now.
So, and then no
Communication.
communication.
Thank you. All right, and so now I can declare public hearing open. If there's anyone in the audience wishing to testify on this matter, either for or against, we're going to call the applicant first, and then we'll have everybody will have an opportunity to come and speak.
Good evening, Lady Chair, commissioners and staff. My name is Cayman Lai. Can you hear me? Oh, my name is Cayman Lai. I'm the architect of the project. Address 8748 East Weather Boulevard, Suite K, Rosemead. I'm so happy to present this project to you tonight. Okay, but unfortunately, okay.
I'm so sorry. We're going to stop the clock. I'll give you your time back, but I'm having difficulties hearing you. Is the blue light on your mic on the base on?
It's on.
Just get closer to the mic.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, that is better. Yes.
Better?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The owner unable to attend the meeting, okay, because today is her 40-year big birthday. So friends and family are coming from everywhere. So but the engineer is here. I'm here. Okay, we're more than happy to answer any question you may have. And for this project, first of all, I'd like to thank you staff, okay, has helped us, okay, throughout the process, give us good suggestion and advice, so we can bring this high quality project to you today. And this project has been approved by your design review board for the map and for the architectural design. And we always design project with conforming to all the zoning codes. So we're not asking for any variance. And for this project, okay, since we are two-story houses, so we are very concerned about massing and scale and articulations. So as you have seen the project presented before, okay, earlier, the second story is much smaller than first story and has further setback and much articulations in all 4 directions. And we're using high quality materials, and we don't have any problem with any condition of approval. We accept everything. So we would like to ask you to approve this project as submitted. And I'm more than happy to answer any question you may have.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to check in again, just to make sure that everybody's had the opportunity to come and speak for or against this project before we move forward with questions. And I am seeing no interest in that. And so now we can, I can open it up to the commissioners, see if they have any questions for the applicant.
So I have just a few questions and a
Yes, sir.
comment. Will the units be leased or sold?
The best I know, they're not sure yet. It depends on the market. Okay, that they could lease it or they could sell it. Okay, depends on once this project is done. There's nothing cast in stone yet. From now to the project completion, I think at least like 1.5 years.
Mhm.
It might take half a year to final the map. Then they can put permit. Building so many houses at the same time, it may take them like up to 2 years. So we don't know what's gonna happen 2 years later. That's the best I know.
Yeah, great. Thank you for answering that. And I know just sort of my comment is that I know again it's a kind of a big lot. So again, we thank the owner for deciding to invest in the city of Fulton Park. Only because, as you're well aware, I'm sure everyone here, that we do have a housing crisis. So whether it'll be leased or sold, at least that's creating more just additional housing for for here in the city of Fulton Park. So again, I think we're very appreciative of that. I'll say that if the owner does decide to lease any of the units, especially sort of the ADUs, we encourage affordable housing as well, at least just to cater towards I'm sure you can speak with our housing office, or at least they can speak with our housing office to see if we can cater towards affordable housing or even for Section 8. But again, that's just encouraging, not anything part of
I will bring your message to the owner.
this commission. And I know we've approved something like this in the past, at least during my time here as a planning commissioner. So at least from my side, I don't have any opposition. Again, if anything, it's again, thank you for taking advantage of the space and building more housing for our communities.
Absolutely. And I want to echo what Commissioner Peña has said. I drive by I recognize that house immediately. I drive by it at least twice a day on my way to dropping off my son to school. I'm going to be very honest. I've always looked at it and just noticed it's a very large lot. And I've always thought to myself, wouldn't it be wonderful if it had additional housing? So again, our gratitude towards the applicant.
Thank you.
I guess just my concern is, what the future of, like, I know it's happening in a lot of cities where they're trying to build affordable housing, but if we were to put a condition to see if maybe, the applicant can work with the Housing Commission to ensure that it is going to be used for affordable housing, because, these houses are going to have, I think, six bedrooms. And I think the houses already in Baldwin Park are not affordable as it is. And, we're using the extra space to create what we call affordable housing, but I don't know if there's something like a condition that we can put so that we do make sure that these homes are for affordable housing.
To my understanding, our role is to ensure that it meets the regulations.
Okay.
But again, we have legal here who can answer that more accurately.
I can ask if you want that to be if that's a legal. I don't think we can, but I can ask.
Actually, I'm not sure. So if you,
I'll
would wanna
ask really
ask,
quick.
that'd
My
be-
friend can answer,
be-
or my coworker.
Or if there's a way that, like a condition where it's only open to residents, because outside residents can also purchase or lease the homes, right?
Outside of Baldwin Park?
Of Baldwin Park.
Yeah, outside, people from outside of Baldwin Park,
Correct.
yeah.
So if maybe at least we were to put the condition to only lease it or to only rent it to residents who live in Baldwin Park.
I don't think that's legal.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think kind of well, just sort of correct from my original comment, it was just sort of encouraging. I think more sort of on the lease side, I don't think the math would work out if it would be, if you would sell the homes at, again, at whatever.
You might
whatever-
attract more, okay. I, well, a variety of different people to Baldwin Park that will contribute to Baldwin Park. Yeah, and because these are single family home in single family residential neighborhood, I don't think they're affordable. Unless this is condo project.
Mm.
Yeah, otherwise, okay, I think, okay, that's the affordable housing, okay, a condition shouldn't be applied to this type of projects because it's a single family home, not like condominium project. We had projects in high density neighborhood, okay, that the city, I think it's more and more city require affordable housing for up to certain, at the minimum of certain number of unit, then you need to provide maybe a percentage of.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to
Yeah, for single family
clarify.
home, okay, it's meant to be like a single family.
Okay.
Yeah, or for just a little bit of extended family.
Got it. Got it.
I had a question on design. Just, it seems like the ADUs in front of the house, primary residence. Are we gonna set a precedence by having ADUs in front of primary residence?
All of the ADUs are in the rear 50% of the lot, so they're all in the back of the primary home.
We can't add it. We can't add a condition of approval without the appropriate ordinance, and we don't have that yet in the city.
And I'll go ahead and add a bit. A bit what our applicant was explaining is a regulation that the city could have adopted, which is an inclusionary housing ordinance, which would require for some projects that you typically multiple family, when you build a certain number of units, a portion are required to be affordable. So that's typically done through an ordinance. We did review that recently and elected not to move forward with that ordinance.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any further questions of the applicant? Seeing no further interest, I will now declare the public hearing closed. Can I get a motion for this project, please?
I have one more question for staff. Just for clarification on the ADUs, I think I overheard the ADU square footage being over 1,000 feet, and I thought the limit was 1,000.
The ADU size is dependent upon the size of the parcel. So in our ADU ordinance, any parcels between 5 and 7,000 square feet is limited to 1,000 square feet of an ADU. If it's 8,000 square feet or over, then they get 1,200 square feet.
Thank you.
I'll make the motion to adopt the resolution.
I'll second. Can I please get a roll call?
Chair Escobosa,
Yes.
Vice Chair Peña,
Yes.
Commissioner Maciel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The Planning Commission has voted to find the proposed project is exempt from environmental review under the California Environmental Quality Act, known as CEQA. And specifically, the project is categorically exempt from CEQA under guidance section 15315 because the project consists of a subdivision of one lot into 4 lots. The Planning Commission has voted to adopt a resolution PC 2320 for TPM 83916, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Baldwin Park approving a tentative parcel map to subdivide a 38,800 square foot parcel into 4 parcels within the, can I just say R1, residential 1, single family residential zone pursuant to table 153 in the city's municipal code, and for architectural design review for the 3 new primary dwellings and 1 existing dwelling at 3432 Baldwin Park Avenue. Your project is approved. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, the next item on our agenda is any non-public hearing items.
I don't know if we want to say this for reports for commissioners, but I'll just go ahead. Our next planning commission meeting is going to be on March 27th, so mark your calendars. That's correct.
Did we just skip to reports of officers?
I think we did.
Okay. All right, let's stick to our agenda. All right, any other staff communications or communications from the commission? As there are no further communications, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Commissioner, Chair Escobosa,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pena,
Yes.
Commissioner Maciel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez,
Yes.
and Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion
We are
carries.
now adjourned at 7:34 PM. Have a good evening, everyone.